Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to A1 Money. My name's JJ. I talk all things finance, so let's dive right in. Today's video is about what to do every time you get paid so you never worry about money again. Okay. The never worry about money again might be pushing it, but this video is going to help you with your personal finances. Today's video is about how to pay yourself first and get control of your finance. If you're going to put yourself in a position to be financially secure for the future, then it is extremely important that you pay yourself first. When I first got into finance at uni, I was told and understood about money management and paying myself first instead of spending money. I made the decision to pay a portion of my salary when I got into the world of work, around 10 to 15% to myself, by creating an emergency fund. And the reason I created the emergency fund was I wanted to be in a situation if I was sick or I got laid off from my job. I wanted to know I had a 12-month emergency fund already saved and put away for me. Now you don't have to save for 12 months, you can save for 3 months or 6 months. But for me 12 months was a very good buffer, knowing that if it all got turned upside down like it did in 2020, I was perfectly fine to ride the rough waves out. Second thing I did and suggesting you do as well is opening a stocks and shares ISA, which I think is similar to a 401k or Roth IRA in America. Don't quote me on that, I'm not American, I live in the United Kingdom. But what this allows you to do is put in £20,000 for the entire year, which is the ISA allowance for each year, and the benefits of doing it in an ISA is that it's a tax wrapper. Meaning you don't pay tax on growth, returns or interest in your ISA. So if you have a stocks and shares ISA, you don't pay tax on any dividends from shares and you don't pay capital gains tax on any profits made from the investments. And it gets even better. By having an ISA, it should simplify your tax return, because most people don't have to report the income and capital gains from their ISA on their annual tax return. But also remember guys that tax rules for ISAs can change. But the government usually announces these changes in advance of them taking effect most of the time, and some of the tax benefits may depend on your personal circumstances. The 3 main advantages as to why you guys should open a stocks and shares ISA is: 1. You don't pay tax on dividends from shares. All dividend income inside your stocks and shares ISA remains tax-free. In comparison, for earnings outside an ISA, for the tax year 2021-22, only your first £2,000 of dividends earned in the tax year are tax-free. Beyond this allowance, you pay tax on dividends depending on your income tax band. Basic rate taxpayers pay 7.5%, higher rate taxpayers pay 32.5%, and additional rate taxpayers pay 38.1%, which is just absurd. 2. You don't pay capital gains tax. Any gains made by investments within your stocks and shares ISA are not subject to capital gains tax. Outside a stocks and shares ISA, the capital gains tax allowance is £12,300 for the current tax year. So, if you've got investments outside an ISA, you'll pay tax on any profits above this threshold. Basic rate taxpayers pay 10%, higher rate and additional rate taxpayers pay 20%. 3. You don't pay tax on interest earned. All interest earned from interest-bearing investments in your stocks and shares ISA are not liable to income tax. By opening a stocks and shares ISA, you are starting to create a footpath that's going to be creating you passive income at some point in the future. For those of you who can and want to aggressively pay yourself first, you should try to max out the ISA every year as possible. Paying yourself first is a lifestyle change. It's a choice. You have to change the way you think and change your mentality. What I can tell you is, in my research, most of us are going to spend about 30% of our income on things we don't even need: shopping sprees, vacations, luxury cars, luxury homes, boats, jewelry, watches. We're going to spend 30 to 40% of everything we make on those types of things. Now you can choose to spend your money on things you don't need, or you can delay gratification and shift that money to saving and paying yourself first. If you want to put yourself in a position, whether it be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you've got to start with making the decision to pay yourself first. It's going to be a little bit scary at first, because for most of us, it's going to be new, something we have never done before. But I think if you make the decision to do that, you won't regret it. A great way of paying yourself first is by cutting out unnecessary stuff that is draining your bank balance. First sit down, write your income, then write your expenses, and then you just need to start crossing out stuff that is not essential to you living. Once you do that, you'll discover that you now have additional money. Now, in some cases, there may not be additional money there. You may be making money, but all the things that you're spending that money on may be necessary things that you need to live. Well, then in that situation, you're gonna have to create more income. You're gonna have to get a second job. You're gonna have to figure out a way to make money doing something else above and beyond what you're doing at your normal 9-to-5 job or your business. So if you pay yourself first and you make that a priority, you'll be in a position somewhere down the road to be able to have more time, more freedom, and more choices to do whatever you like. So that's the video. Hope it was helpful. If it was, then subscribe, give it a like, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Check out this video that's on screen now and catch you in the next one.